Hello everyone and welcome to the first season extra time video here, obviously with Liverpool, yes, and we're going to go through like some of the stuff regarding like obviously the players and how the season ended and things like that, awards as you can just obviously like see here, and we'll then go through like, you know, obviously some of the European like leagues, just see where other teams are finished, and then obviously like, you know, the major cups like as well, like, you know what I mean, and just to show who has won what and so forth, you know what I mean. And if we get time and stuff, we'll go through possibly, you know, looking at maybe some transfer targets. You already know my sort of like, you know, Mbappe sort of bid, trying to work on that obviously, you know, as the close season is upon us, and then like, you know, hopefully we can get that deal across the line. He definitely wants to come to the club. That's a really good positive news to hear from that perspective. But anyway, we'll get onto that one a little bit later. So as you can see, the fans player of the season right here, yeah, is Lautaro Martinez with 48% of the vote. Jordan Henderson coming in second, and then Marco Asensio getting the third spot. Goal of the season we'll get to just in a sec, which was Sadio Mane against Valencia. Our signing of the season was Marco Asensio. I think you know, the fact that Real Madrid put him on the transfer list and we snapped him up at 47 million, I think was an absolute bargain. And then our young player of the season was Thiago Almada. I think we're going to see a lot more of him obviously in this next season. The team of the season's a little bit weird. You probably have already been looking at it, guys, as I've been like obviously introducing the video. Yeah, Alisson you can expect in goal, but our two fullbacks are our kind of reserve fullbacks, which I think the game's maybe slightly got this a little bit wrong. I don't get that one at all, but I mean the two centre backs, yes, you know, I mean they've been our stalwarts. Henderson and Bentancur is what he's saying. It is basically saying that in the midfield, obviously there's Thiago Almada there, Lautaro up the top, Asensio, and then Leon Bailey. Even though he's been out for so much of the season, he still comes in on that right hand side, and yeah, interesting to see. So like I say, we'll go through some stuff here. So obviously with our season review and stuff, we know that we won the Premier League and we know that we won the Carabao Cup. We lost in the quarterfinals to Chelsea of the FA Cup, and we lost in the semi-finals against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Our match of the season apparently was the Burnley game against Burnley. That's a bit English, isn't it? Our game against Burnley, which was a 6-0 result, and the moment to forget was a 2-2 draw against West Ham. Our club vision going forward into the next season, what John Henry is wanting us to do. Well, we know all about, like, you know, how he wants us to play. What gets a little bit sort of like, you know, a little bit pressure, I would say, is down here with what they were expecting at the end of next season. They want us to win the Premier League yet again, and they want us as a minimum requirement to reach the final of the Champions League. So yeah, it's good expectations is what they're wanting, but I think it's, you know, I mean, I'd like to obviously like win both of those competitions, but you know, it is still going to be tough no matter which players and stuff that we switch around, you know, like, you know, and bring in and let go and stuff like that. But yeah, that is to come. So we'll accept this. You know, there's no point in going into a negotiation on that one, so we'll just accept that one anyway. As for injuries, yes, Leon Bailey topping at 6 injuries he picked up with regards to this season, which is not good. And part of me is like thinking maybe if we do get a bid in for him, think about letting him go because of those injuries. Because yeah, I think we need players that are going to be consistent, not only in performance but consistent as in their fitness and stuff like that, to, you know, to go on all fronts, do you know what I mean, and win everything. That's the thing. So as for the football writers, yeah, they've basically awarded Lautaro Martinez as Footballer of the Year, so we'll congratulate him on that one. And the players also have voted him as Player of the Year, so which is kind of bizarre, isn't it, in the fact that I actually at the beginning of the season wasn't happy with him and wanted to get rid of him. Which what do I know? So he's not only has he won, like, you know, Player of the Year, he was the leading goal scorer, picking up like obviously the Golden Boot as well, with 28 appearances and 25 goals in the Premier League, which is, yeah, a pretty impressive performance, wasn't it? Really, I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know, there we go. Alisson picks up the Golden Glove with getting the most clean sheets. He got 20 clean sheets. Ederson from Man City, and then Manchester United, David De Gea coming in third. Me, myself, yeah, I get the Manager of the Year, which is great, and I picked up that award in my very first season. Not bad at all, really. And then the Premier League Team of the Year. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of representation in here, but yeah, our fullbacks not getting a sniff in there. It's Bellerin and Tierney of Arsenal. Also another Arsenal, well, pretty much Arsenal is sort of like with us as well, with Madison and Nketiah up there. Only Kevin De Bruyne from Manchester City, but to be fair, Man City not having the best of seasons, were they? But good representation from ourselves. Like, you know, I have put in a bid for Thomas Lemar. He is going to be possibly our Sadio Mane replacement. The reason being is Sadio Mane wasn't as consistent and as good, and obviously with Asensio doing pretty well. I think if we had Lemar as maybe back up to Asensio or vice versa, depending on who goes where. The reason I'm going for Lemar is he's really good friends with Mbappe, and I'm determined to get Mbappe, even if we have to pay like over the odds for him, like, you know. And I think if you've got Mbappe could play obviously as the striker, but he can also play out on that right hand side, and then we've got, you know, a force with Lemar, Mbappe, Lautaro. We've also got, like, you know, youngsters, like, you know what I mean, that are also available in there, aren't we, with, like, you know, with Anthony, and then we've got Almada as well. So I think, you know, that's what I'm like looking at bringing in is Thomas Lemar and Mbappe. They're the sort of two players that I want to try and get in this closed season. So I said we see the goal of the season by Sadio Mane. Here he is, just basically running all the way through and then hits this. I don't know if that's goal of the season or not. I think maybe we've scored some better ones than that, but yeah, there we go. That's what was voted as goal of the season. Right then, let's have a look obviously at the rest of Europe. Just before we get into Europe, just want to see like which teams are obviously going to be coming up into the Premier League. We've got Brentford actually winning the Sky Bet Championship there. I'm sure they would have liked that in real life, but no, it's not to be. Yeah, Brentford are going to be in the Premier League next season, along with Watford coming back into the Premier League. And as you can see, coming back also is Sheffield United, who win in the playoffs. So they are the three teams that are going to be replacing obviously the ones that have been relegated. As for Spain, it is Barcelona that, yeah, pretty much dominating in La Liga there over their fierce rivals Real Madrid, and then Atletico and Valencia, the other two teams that obviously finishing third, fourth respectively, will obviously jump into the Champions League. And yeah, you totally expect this one, wouldn't you? Yeah, it is PSG that win in France, because who else wins in France these days? It is only PSG. They've completely ruined that league, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, just because, like, you know, they're just so far ahead of the rest of it doesn't make it a competition anymore, like, you know what I mean? So I just think it's ruined the league, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if PSG was taking out the league, it would make the French league a lot more interesting to see who would end up, like, you know, winning it. But as you can see, you know, even Lyon, like, so far ahead of Monaco, they're obviously Monaco finishing in third. As for Germany, a little bit of a change, yeah. RB Leipzig, they're winning that one, so congratulations to them. 5 points ahead of Bayern. Borussia Dortmund, I should say, coming in third with Bayer Leverkusen, getting that fourth Champions League spot. So yeah, well done to RB Leipzig there for just changing things up a little bit, like in Germany. As for Italy, it is Juventus, but only just. As you can see there, finish on exactly the same points as Inter, but it's the goal difference that obviously separates them. I think it's the goal difference in Italy, but it might be the head-to-heads, but I think it is goal difference. But yeah, Juventus only just, and Roma weren't too far away themselves, which that's good to see. I like, you know what I mean, in the fact that it's a little bit closer, a little bit tighter. Yeah, the fact that Juventus won it again, but I just like that, you know, the fact that there is some kind of a competition there, like, rather than just, like, you know, one team just running away with it. And as for Portugal, we have FC Porto that are the overall winners in Portugal, with Benfica and Sporting then coming in to pick up obviously the remaining Champions League spots. So that is, like, obviously a look around the European sort of like leagues and stuff. Let's have a look at you know, our domestic cups. We know we won the Carabao Cup, but who won the FA Cup, and also have a look at who won, like, you know, Champions League and also the Europa League. So it's West Ham. Well done to West Ham for winning the FA Cup. So when was the last time West Ham actually won this? Hold on. Or have they ever won it? I'm sure they've won it at some point. Let's have a look if records go down that far. all the way down to 1963-64 season was the last time that West Ham got their hands on a trophy, and yeah, congratulations to them. Who's actually in charge at West Ham? Philippe Clement, the Belgian manager there, getting them to victory, and maybe because of this man in goal was probably a key factor behind that. Look, at West Ham are a pretty decent side. He's put together a pretty decent side there at West Ham, and I'm sure they'll do better in the Premier League next season. So the big one, the Champions League, yeah, it's Real Madrid yet again, coming out on top 3-0 over PSG. So at least, like, you know, teams can beat PSG. PSG, this is the thing with PSG, is because they don't get any, like, you know, challenge in the French league. That's why they never do very well, like, in Europe, because they're not put to any, like, sort of challenge. But they've done well to get to a final this time. But it is Real Madrid yet again lifting the Champions League. As for the Europa League, it is Wolfsburg. Yeah, Wolfsburg, like, winning that one against Lyon. So another French side getting into the finals of the European competition. But yeah, it's actually Wolfsburg that's come ahead and won that one. So congratulations to them. And then this new competition that UEFA have brought in to try and obviously generate more money. It's Hoffenheim that win the Europa Conference League, which is, again, it's just, like, you know, making more and more, like, you know, fixtures, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But yeah, congratulations to them. I don't think it actually, I don't know, it's like, it's probably like the old Cup Winners' Cup in a way, I suppose. Like, that's probably what that competition is, isn't it? But yeah, it's Hoffenheim that have gone ahead and won that one. Who was the first? Arsenal were the first ones to win it, but yeah, it's Hoffenheim that have won it this time around. So just like I say, yeah, Mbappe, and I'm just showing you, like, obviously a squad depth report, just showing you, like, you know, how good we are in every sort of position. But yeah, looking at, like, you know, bringing Mbappe in, looking at bringing in Lamar. The reason being is Bobby Firmino now, as you can see, 31 years of age. He still had a pretty decent season, to be fair to him. How many goals did actually Bobby get in the end? He got 19 goals in the season we've just played, so it's still a pretty, like, you know, good haul overall. But like I say, at the end of the day, I just think, you know, we'll move him on now where we can still get, like, you know, good value for him. And the same goes for Sadio Mane, who I'll just, like, show you as well. He picked up 17 goals in the season, played a lot more games than what Bobby did, and I just felt that in certain games he wasn't playing as well as maybe what Asensio did. So we'll bring in, it's just some fresh faces. It's good for fans to see some, like, you know, new signings and stuff, but it will be a little bit of a heartache, you know, seeing these two great players for the club depart. But like I say, I mean, he's on 300,000 per week, you know what I mean, and we know that Mbappe is going to want probably near 500,000 per week, so we need to, like, you know, try and, like, you know, cut that wage bill to be able to afford Mbappe in a way, like, and do it that way, and, you know, generate some funds also, and we might pick up, maybe, I don't know, maybe one or two other players as possible players to bring in. But we have got some, like, you know, decent backups and stuff. I think midfield were pretty much solid regarding midfield. I mean, even though Jordan Henderson is getting on a bit, like, you know what I mean, he's, you know, but he still had a very good season for us. But like I say, we've got Bentancur, we've got Ruben Neves in there, we've got Fabinho, you know what I mean, we've got, like, Naby Keita, we've got some decent players in that midfield. As for fullbacks and stuff, yeah, I mean, I suppose the left is probably a little bit more weaker than what the right is, so who knows, we'll look at that. But centre backs, possibly. I mean, we did use Declan Rice quite a lot, because obviously he can play in midfield as well. So do we necessarily need a centre-back? It'd be interesting to hear what your thoughts are down in the comments, guys. As for goalkeepers, I think Nick Pope was an outstanding, like, you know, backup for Alisson. I don't think we need to worry too much about that sort of area. I think Alisson still, even though Alisson is 30, that's quite young still for a goalkeeper. He's got probably another 5-6 years, like, you know, at the top level. So yeah, no worries with replacing him. But it'll be interesting to see just what you guys maybe have got some thoughts down below. That'd be interesting. But like I say, Lamar, and Mbappe. I'm going to try and get those two over the line, and who knows, we might not get any bids in for Bobby or Sadio, and we might just keep them, but I don't think they're going to be too happy anyway, and they'll probably want to move on because they know that the game time will be vastly reduced. And like I say, you know, I just think, you know, bringing Mbappe in will be that little bit extra quality just to get us that Champions League win. That's what I'm looking at, you know, going forward. But there we are, guys. That's a roundup of like how things went in our first season. And yeah, I think, you know, overall it was a pretty good first season. Like, you know, we picked up 2 trophies. We got to a semi-final of the Champions League. Could have done maybe a bit better in the FA Cup. FA Cup one was a weird one, wasn't it? Where, you know, we should have like put Chelsea away, and then in the last sort of 5 minutes we let 2 goals in, which was just one of those at the end of the day. But, you know, yeah, like I say, next season Premier League and Champions League will be obviously priority number 1, and it's the same goes from the board. That's what they're wanting as well. And like, you know, we'll see how that one pans out. But yeah, hopefully you'll join me for that, you know, with pre-season and stuff, like in the next video, and we'll get that through. Ready to see, like, you know, who we've got, and hopefully we've managed to sign like the 2 players that I'm wanting to. If I'm not able to, we can just look at other targets. That's the possibility, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But you stay safe out there, guys. Thank you so much for obviously tuning in yet again, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Dave from Mumongu Gaming, signing off. Cheers.